this is Hamad and welcome to Final 50, where I travel to the last 50 countries on Earth. And on this adventure, we're in the incredible island country of Papua New Guinea, right here in the South Pacific. So let's go check out what this incredible island country has on offer for you. Papua New Guinea is definitely remote, but since I was in Melbourne doing the Ironman the week before, make sure to check out that vlog, I thought, why not make the journey to the island nation through Brisbane so that I can explore my 158th country. Unfortunately, since I only had a few days, I stayed in the capital and surrounding area and wasn't able to venture to the many islands and far-flung locales that makes Papua New Guinea so unique. Nevertheless, there was still a lot to do in the time I had, from nature to culture and more modern history. So rugby is the favorite sport here in Papua New Guinea. They love it. In fact, people say that it's almost a way of releasing like tribal warfare angst. It's like the replacement for it, and they're damn good at it. I began the journey wandering around and found myself in the local fish market and famous stilt village not too far from where I was staying in Ella Beach. So behind here is the fish market, and they sell incredible fish for probably a fraction of what you would buy it almost anywhere. Something like a 2-3 kilo yellowfin tuna, that's gonna be like $15 for a massive fish that would feed a whole family. Right there is a village on stilts. It's called the Kokoda Stilt Village. It's made up, I think, of fishermen and just folks that it's supposedly not that safe, so I'm not gonna go in there, but it still seems really, really cool to kind of check it out, at least from a distance, what it is. What I found fascinating was the efforts to encourage people to conserve their ocean. It turns out that Papua New Guinea has a coastline of more than 9,000 kilometers, and many people are dependent on fishing, so it's no surprise that efforts like this were happening. Sadly, it's still very polluted, and locals have to find ways to live with this reality. Now, one thing that really threw me off in Papua New Guinea was the sheer number of people chewing betel nut. It's a natural stimulant drug, and while it may be cultural in some parts, the government is trying to crack down on people using it, especially spitting it out on sidewalks. I had to ask, though, how it's done, because it was simply fascinating.
That's the lime.
That's the lime powder, yeah. Lime powder? You dip the mustard inside it, and then how long do you chew? And then
Like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Awesome.
It makes you hyper.
Makes you hyper?
Yeah, energized.
The next day I went out to explore the other major parts of the capital, passing by the famous parliament, and then making my way to the National Museum, because since I was not going to see the other parts of the main and distant islands, I could still get a good sense of the culture in that museum. I was especially excited because Papua New Guinea is known to be one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world, which also makes it superly culturally unique. In there, I found shells that were used as currencies, masks and celebratory rituals from different parts of the island, weapons, and yes, even ornaments used for cannibalism that has since stopped about 50 years ago. Cool. I'm here with Nara, who's kind of like my guide friend here in Papua New Guinea in Port Moresby, and we're seeing these incredible like totem poles behind us. And you're saying, how long does it take to actually carve it?
3 weeks estimated.
Okay. And each one tells like what? Like a
story or something like that, a tale or something like that.
From the village and so forth. Wow, amazing. Now what's amazing about Papua New Guinea is that there are over 800 languages spoken, and in each one there's different cultural traditions and habits. It just makes this country the most diverse linguistic country in the world. And these guys are not shy about their package. Boom. We then made our way outside the capital to the Varirata National Park. City dwellers often come here to relax and get away from the hustle and bustle of Port Moresby. So Papua New Guinea is so diverse. In fact, there are so many animals and species of plants and so forth that's discovered all the time here. It's one of the most ecologically diverse countries in the world, and I really want to get a little sense of it, since I'm not really leaving the Port Moresby area, because you have to fly everywhere here, because every location is isolated, which is why there are so many languages and why there's so many different cultural groups. So here is just an incredible place right here in the national park, about 50K outside of the city, and it's just amazing. It feels like something Jurassic, just looking at this landscape, these different plateaus and so forth. Wow. Can you even hear that? That is crazy, deafening. Almost freaky. James, the driver, is just chilling right there, killing it. So basically after nightfall here, you gotta pretty much just lock it down. Crime is apparently rampant. Somebody can steal your phone. Maybe it's petty crime. I don't think it's really like a hardcore like crime where you can get injured, but who knows? And it sucks because I think poverty here is high. I think income per capita is around $3,000. And I think average wage is like probably like $300-400 a month. And I'm talking like, you know, pretty professional positions. And it's sad. It really puts things into perspective, humbles you, you know. We complain when you make 10x that amount, you know, 20x that amount. And here these guys are, you know, trying to make ends meet. Really a humbling experience being here. And kind of makes you feel just, you know, claustrophobic and constrained because you just can't be yourself and do what you normally would do in other places. Now, as you already know, I'm a major history buff, and as a kid, I read a lot about World War II. And it turns out that Papua New Guinea played a major role in that conflict, as the Japanese wanted to use it as a forward base to stage an invasion of Australia. So I set about trying to get a better sense of what actually happened during those several pivotal years in the 1940s, where thousands on both sides endure hell and many died of disease and conflict, especially on the famed Kokoda Trail that runs right across the main island. Yet, it is said that the outcome of the conflict and the role the locals played helped the people 30 years later gain independence from Australia in 1975. So the irony here is that these 3,778 soldiers who had fought in World War II buried here, a lot of them died on the Kokoda Trail. Amongst them, a lot of Papua New Guineans who had served to help them, but they called them carriers, carrying wounded back and forth to stations so that they could be treated, weapons and so forth. And it's just ironic because Australia still has strong relations with Papua New Guinea. Japan now has strong relations with Papua New Guinea. On my final day, I really wanted to go and explore the Kokoda Trail and hike the first leg of the 9-day journey, but getting there was no joke. All right, so one of the things you're gonna figure out in Papua New Guinea, it is no joke to try to find cars, taxis, and stuff like that, and then you have to negotiate. I must have asked at least 7 different people for cars, reliable people, people I can trust, people that are not chewing Betel Nut, people not drunk, people that are focused, that speak English, and that know the terrain well, and it's been hard. But thankfully, I think I found a guy, takes an off-road vehicle to get there. I'm hoping this guy with this cool car will be able to get us there. Let's see what happens.
In Matu,
Yeah.
you will in morning you will say Dabanamuna.
And then in Pidgin?
Fitching and just as morning only. Morning. Yeah, morning. Same. And for my language, I'm Ribarago.
I think I found a guy. He's got this cool car. They're telling me it takes an off-road vehicle to get there. So they did say use an off-road vehicle to take this road because it's about 17 kilometers away from asphalt to get to Orr's Corner. So hopefully this new tire we have, thank God the guy had it in the back of the car, will get us to our destination. Here we go. You're a machine, Jason. All right, right, so here's the Kokoda Trail. This is kind of where all starts, and you go out for about 9 days trekking way up into those mountains over there, as you guys will see. And through that, the whole purpose of it's like a battle of endurance, mind over matter, really being able to kind of commemorate and feel the pain of those soldiers that fought in this area against the Japanese. They were really incredible, and you'll see it like all up there. Just so lush and hard. It's a hard terrain. All right, this is why my guide, intrepid guide who's done this many times for many years. And so for many people, it's a special trail.
Yes.
Because of the hardships that happened and so forth.
Yes. When the dry season, it's okay.
Yeah.
But when the wet season, it's pretty hard. You gotta climb up, go down, up, down, and some parts are really hard to cross.
It turns out that you have to climb up and down about 5,000 meters in a matter of 10 days. So there's a lot of climbing. Hopefully we're not doing that. We're just gonna take it easy. We're just gonna see parts of the trail, do a little bit of climbing, but nothing that crazy. So I don't have to tire our friend Y when we do this. All right, let's do it. So am I the first Iraqi you've ever met?
Yeah.
Good.
It's my first time to
see Iraqi.
Name Iraq.
Iraq. Okay, there you go. I'll try to be a good ambassador for you. How awesome is that? You see? Our job is to always be good ambassadors for our countries, wherever we travel to. Because oftentimes, you won't find your people everywhere in the world. So you always want to be a good ambassador. So people like Y will always remember us as good, strong people. So far, so good. So far, so good. We got this, Y. I'm parched. I think I've only had a liter of water with me on the whole trek. It's about 82 degrees outside, hotter than hell, and you're going up and down ridges. I am dying, but we're almost there. Always bring water with you. All right, almost at the end, at the ridge. We are now just over 2 hours. And this guy, I'm showing him what Iraqis are made out of. He's on, push him, baby. It is said that Papua New Guinea is on the top 10 list of the most beautiful countries in the world as ranked by Forbes. And while my time was limited and I couldn't venture too far, I did get a glimpse of its incredible beauty. I was truly blessed to have made this journey to Papua New Guinea to get a taste of what this country can offer and experience the kindness of its people. Without a doubt, I look forward to coming back and seeing its different islands, experience the cultural festivals, and truly take in the magic of this island nation. Well, I hope you enjoyed this journey of the incredible country of Papua New Guinea. There's so much to see here, so much to do, and I only had a very short period of time, and I can't wait to come back. In the meantime, have you ever been to Papua New Guinea? Have you ever traveled these beautiful islands and this beautiful island nation itself? If so, put in the comments below. I'd love to learn about your experiences so that I can follow them and others can follow them in the future. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you on my next